Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Anthony from Shooting School. Today I want to talk about 3 of the most common teaching techniques that are keeping you from becoming a great shooter. A couple of things hold back players from being a great shooter, and sometimes it's because they take things a little bit too literally. One of the first things that I noticed that a lot of people teach is your elbow has to be in the shape of an L. Technically, your elbow doesn't have to start in an L. It's just a little too high. You don't have to do that. You should be keeping your elbow a little bit lower than an L to start. And yes, as you shoot the basketball, it will become an L at some point in your shot. The second thing that everybody talks about is that you've got to have space. Players, I find, take that way too literally, and before you know it, there's space underneath the basketball like this, and that's just not going to work. The rule is that you don't want to use your palm when you're shooting, but every other part of your hand should really be touching the basketball. That's how you get the most amount of control out of your shot. And the last thing that I find has been altering player shots is a lot of people like to use the terminology, keep your elbow in. What happens here is players start to bring their elbow in towards their body or think that their elbow has to be touching their body when they're shooting. But the rule is, you definitely don't want to have your elbow out. But the rule is, you want your elbow to be underneath the basketball. Although my elbow's not in, it's still underneath the basketball, and this is perfectly fine for my jump shot. Ultimately, I think that it's important that you keep an ear out for these things. You don't want to take them too literally.